Go ahead and jump right into our first news story. WWE Raw viewership down from last week for the Labor Day episode. This story is coming from WrestlingInc.com. Monday's live Labor Day edition of WWE Raw drew an average of 1.849 million viewers on the USA Network, according to Nielsen via Showbuzz Daily. This is down 3.04% from last week's 1.907 million viewers. For this week's show, the first hour drew 1.958 million viewers. Last week's first hour drew 1.955. The second hour drew 1.842 million viewers. Last week's hour 2 drew 1.936. And the final hour this week's Monday Night Raw drew was 1.748. And last week's hour 3 was 1.830. Raw drew a 0.52 rating in the 18 to 49 key demographics this week. This is down 3.70% from last week's 0.54 key demo rating. That 0.52 represents 670,000 viewers in the 18 to 49 range, which is down 18.88% from the 826,000 18 to 49 viewers that the 0.64 key demo rating represented from the August 23rd post SummerSlam episode, according to WrestleNomics. Raw ranked number 3 for the night in viewership on cable, behind college football on ESPN and the Tucker Carlson Tonight Special on Fox News. This is up from last week's number 16 ranking for the night in viewership. Raw ranked number 2 for the night on cable, top 150, with the 0.52 rating in the key 18 to 49 demographic. This is down from last week's number 1 spot. The college football game on ESPN topped the cable top 150 with a 0.80 key demo rating. The game also topped the night on cable in viewership with 3.078 million viewers. This week's Raw viewership key demo rating both held up pretty well for the holiday. This week's viewership was down 3.04% from last week, while this week's key demo rating was down 3.70 from last week. Monday Night Raw's viewership was up 7.2% from the same week in 2020, while the 18 to 49 key demo rating was up 8.3 from the same week in 2020. A lot to take in. Am I going to say that I'm surprised that Raw did that good? No. They had decent action on there. The tag team turmoil match, for what it was worth, it was okay. Definitely wasn't a fan of it being stopped. But I'm not surprised. I honestly see Raw getting up there to the 2 million sometime soon. I believe the 1.7 to 2 million is going to be where it tops off at. But it was good to see some of the viewers come back. So it's always a good thing. If I'm being honest though, I'm really stuck on just how it drops off as the show goes on. And that's really, to me, that's going to really hurt that product, because that hour 3, that's your main event hour, and it seems like people don't want to stick around for it. So that's a problem that I do feel needs to be addressed. Next story. WWE reportedly had plans for Adam Cole, to be a manager on the main roster. This is coming from Mandatory.com. According to Dave Meltzer on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, the plan for Cole was for him to be a manager and not a full-time wrestler. Ringside News first reported the same plan for Cole, noting that he would be a heel manager in WWE, but said their source did not mention a specific client for him. Now Meltzer reports that the plan was to turn Keith Lee heel and Adam Cole was to be his manager. Meltzer stated that he had conflicting reports as to whose idea it was, noting that he was told it was not from creative, but said one source told him it was Bruce Pritchard's, while another said it was Vince McMahon's call. Meltzer also speculated that WWE will probably change Cole's last name to avoid having two Coles, since Michael Cole serves as lead commentator. Further details about the plans for Lee and Cole were described by Meltzer as a similar dynamic of that of Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush, where Cole would be the little guy, trash talking and hiding behind the bigger guy in Lee. Adam Cole made his AEW debut on the 9/8 episode and was introduced to the program by his Elite brothers. Cole came out and confronted Tony Schiavone due to the commentary legends friendship with Britt Baker. An all-out brawl ensued between the Elite, Bryan Danielson, Jurassic Express, Christian Cage, and Frankie Kazarian, and it was noted on commentary that Cole was duking it out with Jungle Boy. Cole did announce that he'd make his in-ring debut next week, and AEW has since confirmed that that match will be against the Elite Hunter Frankie Kazarian on the 9/15 episode of AEW Dynamite. So, if these reports are indeed true, you have to feel happy that Adam Cole decided to take his ball and leave. Adam Cole is a top 5 wrestler on the planet. This man single-handedly carried NXT for 4 years, putting on classic after classic after classic. And Vince's description of Adam Cole is to be a Lio Rush. His description for Adam Cole was to be a manager. Imagine telling Adam Cole, baby, to be a manager. When we've seen what he can do on the main roster. If you recall back when the superstars got stuck in Saudi Arabia and they decided to throw NXT into the Survivor Series bullshit, Adam Cole had a fantastic NXT title defense against one Daniel Bryan, now in AEW known as Bryan Danielson. It's amazing that Vince McMahon sees Adam Cole as a manager, nothing more, nothing less. When the people at AEW see Adam Cole as a once-in-a-generation talent. And I know the WWE Geeks are going to be like, well, how can you believe that? Dave Meltzer says anything. I can tell you why I believe it. Because Vincent Kennedy McMahon is on record saying he doesn't want any more short people. And it makes sense that he would want to put Adam Cole with Keith Lee. Adam Cole and Keith Lee had a tremendous, I want to say, winner-take-all match at I want to say the Great American Bash a couple years ago. And now Vince sees him just as a manager. The main roster is a joke, a la Karrion Kross. If you're from NXT, if you're a Gargano, if you are a Ciampa, Pete Dunne, why would you even want to stay? Because all Vince is going to do is job you out to his people, his superstars that are over 6 feet tall and weigh over 260. If you're Gargano, if you're Ciampa, if you're done, you might want to get out while you still can. Because there's no hope for you on the main roster or in Vince and Bruce's new edition of NXT. Next story. Jeff Hardy still trending over WWE 24/7 title segment on Raw. This story is coming to us from WrestlingInc.com. Veteran WWE superstar Jeff Hardy has been trending worldwide on Twitter ever since last Monday Night Raw episode where he was featured in a WWE 24/7 title chase segment. Raw saw Reggie retain the 24/7 title over Akira Tozawa. After the match, Reggie avoided attacks by Hardy, Drew Gulak, Jason Ryker, Shelton Benjamin, and R-Truth. The segment Also featured WWE NXT superstar and former 24/7 champion Drake Maverick returned to the Red brand for a showdown on stage with Reginald and R-Truth. The social media backlash began immediately with fans upset over how Hardy was booked for such a throwaway segment. Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy's brother, AEW star Matt Hardy, took to Twitter this morning, the morning after Monday Night Raw, and commented on his brother being a top trend. Matt reposted a birthday post he made for Jeff back on August 31st and said, "We all want the best for him." He said, "Gonna retweet this Jeff Hardy birthday post because he's trending on Twitter. Because Brother Nero is universally loved, and we all want the best for him." Hardy has not been seen on Raw since his loss to Karrion Kross on the August 16th episode, which came after a loss to Kross on the August 9th show and a win over Kross on the July 19th Raw. Hardy worked the August 26th edition of WWE Main Event with the win over Benjamin and then defeated Cedric Alexander on last week's main event. So much to say about this. So much to say about this. You Jeff Hardy geeks would seem to be okay with Jeff Hardy beating undefeated Karrion Kross. You Jeff Hardy geeks were over the moon. While the rest of us Karrion Kross fans and understanding the significance of the undefeated NXT champion losing to a babyface Jeff Hardy by nefarious means was utter bullshit. Oh, but now since Jeff Hardy is chasing the 24/7 geeks, the Jeff Hardy fans and the Jeff Hardy geeks want to have a problem. You can't have it both ways. You can't be happy that he beat Karrion Kross and then be upset when Vince McMahon wants to put in with the 24/7 geeks. You can't have it both ways. I, for one, I just laughed. I laughed and I laughed and I laughed because all of the geeks were saying it's the greater story with Jeff Hardy beating Karrion Kross. Yet I'm still waiting for that story to play out. Where is it at, you WWE geeks? How has that story played out? Because from what I'm seeing, Jeff Hardy has been delegated to the 24/7 geeks. Jobber to the stars, Jeff Hardy is what I'm going to start calling him now. Jobber to the stars, Jeff Hardy. Moving on to our next one. WWE star Paul Triple H Levesque recovering from heart procedure after cardiac event. This is coming from Yahoo.com. WWE star Paul Triple H Levesque is recovering after undergoing a heart procedure last week. Paul Levesque, also known as Triple H, underwent a successful procedure last week at Yale New Haven Hospital following a cardiac event, WWE said in a statement. The episode was caused by a genetic heart issue, and Paul is expected to make a full recovery. He celebrated 25 years with WWE last year. Prayer emojis in the comments for Triple H. Never want to see the King of Kings, the Game, the Cerebral Assassin go through anything like this. You really don't want to see anybody go through this. But prayers up in the comment section for Triple H. Triple H is an all-time great. He had NXT looking right until Vince McMahon decided to take it over. And I saw a lot of people making jokes pretty much along the lines of Triple H pretty much had a heart attack because he saw all of his talent shining in AEW. I'm not going to make those type of jokes. That's nothing to joke about. Like I said, I'm glad that he's going to make a full recovery. Prayer emojis in the comment section for Triple H. And our last story of the day. All Out 2021 becomes AEW's most watched pay-per-view. And this is coming from Cultaholic.com. AEW All Out 2021 was a rousing success with overwhelming praise from fans and wrestlers alike. The return of CM Punk to in-ring competition, never mind the historic debuts of Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson, and Ruby Soho. Tony Khan revealed on Twitter that the show was the most watched pay-per-view in AEW history, saying, "Thank you to everyone who's ordered AEW All Out. It made it the most watched AEW pay-per-view ever. Thank you everyone who attended the show. If you haven't seen it, please consider ordering the pay-per-view. It's ignited the passion of wrestling fans worldwide. Thank you all for making it possible." All Out takes the record from AEW Revolution 2021, which was headlined by the now infamous exploding barbed wire deathmatch between Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship, with a buy rate of around 160,000 for the show. Double or Nothing 2021 now slips down to third place with between 135,000 to 150,000 viewers having tuned in to watch Stadium Stampede 2 amongst other matches. What? I would sit here and tell you I'm surprised, but I'm not. Salamander even said it his first time watching an AEW pay-per-view, and he gave it a 9 out of 10. All Out was absolutely legendary on multiple fronts. I was just happy to be able to watch it live. I would have paid more than the $50 that it was worth. That pay-per-view was worth $100, and I would have paid it. And it's more than just the debuts of Adam Cole, baby, Bryan Danielson, and Ruby Soho. You have fantastic matches on there like Britt Baker, the Doctor, Britt Baker, DMD. You had the Good Doctor versus Chris Statler. MJF versus Chris Jericho. The Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks. And so forth and so on. So I would sit here and lie to you and tell you that I'm surprised, but I'm not. All Out was truly legendary. Well, that is it, you guys. That is it for the afternoon news on September 9th, 2021. Please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. Once again, I go by the name of KB the Mark, co-host of the DMV podcast, and we will see you soon.
I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.